Yep. Well, you can start off. Unless that's running.
There shouldn't be.
Reserve time.
No, they should be over. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the Gigabyte Windforce Dota 2 Comp. This is game 1 of a best of 5 between Team Malaysia and MiTH. Thank you, of course, to Gigabyte and AMD for sponsoring this tournament, as well as Dota Talk for very kindly allowing me and Separate to cast this. And this should be pretty interesting, given that Team Malaysia made it through with their sort of full official lineup, which was consisting of Mushy and Extinct. But Extinct left the team last week, Mushy left the team yesterday, I believe, or the day before, and now they've got Ice standing in as well as KS.
So, moment there's Ice.
I'm about 99.9% sure it's Ice, though I don't know why his name is Woman Killer.
Seems to be the official name. But what's his background? I don't know about him at all.
He was in Team Zenith, and then he was in Team Titan. So he's a pretty experienced player, but I think he was deciding to quit Pro Dota, so he might just be standing in because he's good friends with the Malaysian guys.
Yeah, most likely seems like it. But what do you think about Team Malaysia picking up the Brewmaster as first pick? I mean, can it not get countered by Scarlet Mage?
It can, definitely, but then can Scarlet Mage not get countered by Silence? Or I don't know.
10 seconds
I guess I just think it's a strong hero pick, and you can sort of see by their bans. I mean, banning out the Elder Titan I think is a little bit more interesting, since that's not normally the sort of hero MiTH pick up. And well, there's a Scarlet Mage immediate kind of pick going out there. That's going to force the Brewmaster to pick up a BKB most likely. OP Silence. I mean, what do you think about the Elder Titan ban?
Elder Titan is a pretty good hero. I mean, if you're going aggressive way too much, then he's just there to control you. You can't fight into the Spirit and the ulti. It's just way too much. And ganking him on offlane is going to be a pretty tall order as well. I mean, you need like two heroes to control him, otherwise it's going to run away every single time.
5 seconds.
Oh, there's a center and a Scarlet combo. That hurts a lot. MiTH loves running that combo. I saw, I think, who was playing yesterday? I forgot. I have a really short memory. I feel like a goldfish sometimes.
I don't know.
So, Mineski were playing it yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Mineski were playing it yesterday. They got a like really fast blink dagger up on the center, and they just ran around with a Scarlet Mage and just killed everyone off all the time. Nothing like you could do against it. Stomp into the Scarlet Mage ultimate, and pretty much everyone popped. So the Brewmaster would have to be really vigilant to not get jumped on. And Team Malaysia are afraid, so they pick up the Vengeful Spirit.
Yeah, just to try and swap save. I'm curious about Team Malaysia's playstyle this game, I suppose, since of course MiTH usually they do grab a hard carry for the kills, something like the Morphling, the Anti-Mage we've seen the past couple of times we've watched them play. But you know, he also does enjoy harder carries like the Naga Siren, who's been banned out at the moment, or Spectre. So Team Malaysia have sort of got this option now where they can take a hard carry of their own to just try and stand head to head. KS does enjoy playing those harder carries. Last time we saw Team Malaysia play with KS as a stand-in, he did actually play up with the Medusa, who is one of the hardest carries in the game, but also has early game ability now after they buffed her ultimate. Otherwise, they want to go for early game or mid game sort of team fight push and just going for ganking heroes. So VS is a great hero because, like you said, she can swap Panda out from that silence, giving him a little bit of an extra chance to survive. But she also has got really good ganking ability, so she can rotate around. That stun is huge in the early game, and she's pretty good against sort of mobile heroes against like Anti-Mage because she can use that swap to get them out of their escape mechanism. So, you know, they think they're free, but suddenly there's a VS swap right back into the team. But what do you think? Would Malaysia be better to go head-to-head in the late game, or just pick more early game and just sort of try and win the game in the first 20 to 25 minutes?
To be honest, if they pick something like really mobile, if they're gonna start like try to feed on the Scarlet Mage, they can take this late game. Otherwise, you know, the center are just usually built into a Heart of Trask 30 minutes post, and just becomes such a huge nuisance to kill.
10 seconds to go.
So it depends. Like it depends on what the carry is going to be for Team Malaysia, rather than anything else.
Yeah.
They should get something to control something like an Anti-Mage if like Kills is gonna go for that hero. But for some reason they're just waiting it out for now.
Yeah, the bans seem to be very sort of all over the place, getting rid of, well, Razor and Sand King, both of them, of course, survival bands. Razor, a really strong mid hero, can sort of shut that Brewmaster down pretty incredibly. But, of course, we've been seeing MiTH running those dual lanes mid, so I don't really know if Razor would be the pickup
10 seconds to go.
necessarily they'd want. Of course, they did take Razor the night before that, as the sort of easy lane farmer, which worked out pretty well for them. But then also banning out a Sand King, so it seems like they're just getting rid of particular heroes that they don't want to verse, rather than saying, well, let's get rid of the strong supports and let's get rid of the strong offlaners. Which is a bit curious.
It kind of looks like that they want to go whole full team fight mode, because like Sand King is that hero which is going to control the team fights along with Naga and the ET as well.
Yeah.
So it just might be that Team Malaysia are going to bring the fight to MiTH instead of just letting them farm up like what happened yesterday. I mean, like Els just kept farming and just went out of control both games.
Well, I do wonder if MiTH are going to grab that Lich now, since they do run a really strong Lich dual lane mid with the Kells. They've been running that recently and it works incredibly well with MyPro taking up that Centaur. Of course, they might decide to try something different this game. I'm assuming Team Malaysia has watched some of MiTH's recent games, but at the same time, given that they've just lost their captain, maybe they haven't. Maybe Ohio is a little bit behind with the times, possibly. I don't know how much Ohio watches games, so I'm curious to see if MiTH does decide to go for that Lich dual lane combo, what Malaysia are going to counter with it. They're going to grab something like a Wisp themselves, or?
I was reading about like Mushi actually wrote a whole post about why he left.
Yeah, I saw that.
He said that he's confident that his team has a huge hero pool, and with a huge hero pool comes heroes like Slark, which can deal with the Scarlet Mage and the Lich very easily. So if MiTH are gonna go for the Lich, he can potentially get punished mid-game very easily by the Slark.
Yeah. But I guess it does depend.
It does depend. I mean, it all depends on the carries, but otherwise, like, if they're picking an anti-mage, it will depend on like the Team Malaysia if they have a spare support to commit to ganking anti-mage. So you know, it just all depends on what they're going for. And they're going for an Amber. Not bad actually. I love Amber. It's one of my favorite heroes.
Assuming that's going to be MyPro playing the Ember. MyPro normally does main sort of the mid role, but recently we have been seeing him taking the side lane role since they have been doing a lot of dual lanes mid. So Ember though, an interesting pickup. I think a hero that can do pretty well against the Brewmaster in lane, since he doesn't rely as much on his physical hits. He just sort of locks you down with that Searing Chains and then follows it up with the insane damage over time from Flame Guard. And of course, poor Brewmaster doesn't have enough damage to break that Flame Guard by himself. He needs help from another ally since all he's got is that Thunderclap. But then Malaysia instantly counters with a Viper. So do you think this is going to be a Viper mid and maybe Brewmaster in the off lane?
It kind of looks like, yeah, you're right. But on the other hand, I mean, MiTH can go for a sniper here. I mean, they can run a sniper very easily here. I mean, if they're gonna go on a sniper, Centaur can just bail him out. Ember is a pretty hard target too. They don't have any silence for the Ember as well. So sniper can have a field day on the mid lane against the Viper very easily. And they can't gank him because Vengeful Sun is pretty short range along with Brewmaster. Unless he gets the Blink Dagger up, it's going to be like exceptionally hard to gank that sniper.
Oh. But they grab
and they
that
picked up a
Lich.
Lich. Yeah, so Lich with a sniper is going to be like a very easy lane for the sniper if they want to run that. The sniper is going to cry if that happens.
I don't think they're going to run a sniper just because I don't know, I think that he's not easily ganked, but at the same time you got to remember they've got that VS swap, so if VS gets enraged, sniper is just going to get swapped into the enemy team. Sad day for sniper.
Yeah, but then he has to get caught out of position, and sniper's long range, that's what you actually need to stay away. It's basically a game of keep away. When you're playing sniper, you have to be on the back end, but if you're on the back end, if no one can get to you, you're gonna wreck face. I think RTZ played it in a pro game as well. We've been trying it out a lot, and it works really well against heroes like Viper and Razor. It's gonna get caught on. It's gonna get caught on by other heroes, or sorry, other teams soon. But once that happens, you're gonna see how powerful sniper can be on that mid lane.
Well, Malaysia are thinking now what they're going to grab. MiTH's lineup is a little bit variable at the moment because they could have sort of Ember on the easy lane, Centaur, Skywrath dual lane, and then a Lich +1 in the mid lane. Or they could have Ember in the mid lane, a Lich, Skywrath, Centaur aggressive tri lane if they wanted to. Or they could just, you know, pick up a hard carry now and just run a sort of passive tri lane with the Skywrath, Lich, and a hard carry if they wanted to. They've really got a sort of general lineup, I suppose, since they do tend to play quite not in the meta lanes exactly, whereas Malaysia I guess they're also a little bit variable, having the Brewmaster and the Viper who can sort of switch around whichever lane they want to be, but at the same time it's a bit easier to pick them. And like you said, they haven't really got any silence and they haven't got many stuns to lock down that Ember, so it feels like they need something that's got some pretty hardcore silence right now, and honestly a Silencer I think could be pretty good. Nobody likes to play him in C, but god, he's a strong hero.
He is very strong. But on the other hand, I'm wondering that MiTH should not go for a hard carry now, because if they go for a hard carry, they will need way too much space.
But Lakel's, all he plays is hard carries.
He can play an Ember hard carry. Ember is a legit hard carry. I mean, he's amazing. If you have fast fingers, Ember is a hero which wrecks face. Early game, he will wreck you, and mid game he falls off a little bit because he has to farm the Battle Fury and then a Daedalus. So he needs a little bit of space, and that's why I'm saying that they shouldn't go for a hard carry, because then Ember won't have the space he needs. As you see, like Team Malaysia, they have a Lion, Vengeful and Brew. They're going to be ganking a lot, and if Ember has no space to farm, someone has to die. And if Ember keeps dying, or if the hard carry keeps dying, it's going to be bad.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure it's going to be a Lion from Team Malaysia with a Hex first to shut down this Ember. That's what they're gonna use against this Ember. It works pretty good actually.
Yeah, instant cast on the Hex means that heroes like Ember Spirit that really rely on their escape mechanisms to get away really have a hard time. It's just battle of sort of the quick fingers. But if Lion can get up a Blink Dagger, and normally Team Malaysia favours a fair amount of farm on their supports, should be fairly fast Blink Dagger coming out on Lion normally by the 20-minute or so mark. And then he's just going to be ganking really, really aggressively on Ember Spirit.
10 seconds to
Then that's another reason they shouldn't pick the hard carry, because if they pick a hard carry, they will have to put Ember mid, and Ember mid against Viper, even with the Lich, isn't the best of ideas.
Well,
As Team Malaysia has like a really good gank combo. You see the Lion and the Vengeful Spirit. That's pretty good. Like, that's more than enough to kill off nearly anyone.
yeah. I'm going to have to say, I don't know, I haven't seen the Curls play Ember Spirit before, but I haven't really seen the Curls play much recently. I haven't cast many MiTH games, so I'll have to see. But I feel like they are going to grab something hard carry, because the Curls just can't resist
5 seconds.
like AFK split pushing. And Ember, of course, can do that, but oh no, they
See?
didn't. Wow, Magnus.
See? They won't. That would be too much.
I know, but
they know the limitation of
it's
Ember.
cast.
I'm pretty sure Lekils will play that Ember. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
betting on it.
Well, I'll have to see. Either way, Ember Spirit plus Magnus is a pretty insane combo coming out from that Empower bonus damage. It means even in the early game, if Magnus decides to pick up one level of Empower, that Ember will be cleaving. And it's a pretty scary thing to deal with when you've got that sleight of fist in team fights, because if you group up at all, he's just going to be able to cleave you to death. And it is good anti-push as well, which is worth considering, because Malaysia look like they are going for a pretty, like you said, ganking oriented lineup. I mean, they're going to be grouped up a fair amount. Ooh, oh, hi, Nature's Prophet. Which does mean, and they haven't got a hard carry either, which does mean that Ember Spirit is going to be there defending a lot of these pushes, I would assume. Let's see. If the Curls
Let's
grabs
see
it.
if Lekils will get it. Like, if he has been watching US a little bit, or just me, Ember, because I do something a little bit different. It's a bit weird, but you build into a BO3s first. It sounds weird, but it's amazingly good. You know why? Because his spirits, you can be on 2 lanes at the same time. You can spread push, and you can come back at a moment's notice to defend. So you can never stop the Ember from farming, ever. And he can join teamfights wherever. So that's like the most amazing build I've seen in a while, and it works. It really works. But it does rely on that Ember getting a little bit of free farm in the early game. But if he gets like a 7-8 minutes BOTs, it's good sailing from there on.
Yeah. Well, I have to say, I mean, the Kells does play fairly greedily, and rest of MiTH normally will be preparing sort of farm for him. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of the Boots Travel and Ember Spirit. I've seen the build done before, but my problem with it is that it makes him really, really squishy and easily ganked against sort of pro teams. But in this sort of a game, as well as him sort of requiring the whole map to farm to make this Boots Travel worth it. But yeah, with his lineup, since his team usually always just pretty much space creates for him, I think the Boots Travel might actually be good this game if he does go for it, because he's pretty much going to have the whole map to himself. I mean, once they get up the Blink Dagger on the Magnus, the Blink Dagger on the Centaur, I think they're just going to leave all the lanes to the Kells to just farm and have fun with, so we'll have to see what build he does go for. Do you think he should get a Battle Fury as like a first item or later?
No, first item on Ember is Battle Fury is really bad. it never works.
30 seconds to go.
It just never works. He needs some sets to be survivable, surviving anything. He can't even farm if he doesn't even have a drum or something like that. Worst case scenario, you build into a bracer if it's like very late, but you need something. Rushing a Battle Fury doesn't give anything at all to the Ember. Unless he's like total free farm for like 15 minutes, which is not going to happen from Team Malaysia. They have picked up a Fury and he will most certainly build into an Orchid to control this Ember, and it's pretty good to gank him as well with it.
Well, going through the players, I'll go through Malaysia. We've got Woman Killer, that is Ice, from Team Zenith / Team Titan. He is playing the Vengeful Spirit. Brewmaster being played by KYXY in the mid lane. KS, who is the stand-in, previously playing for First Departure, is on the Viper on the off lane, it looks like. Net playing on that Lion, and Ohio, of course, playing his patented Nature's Prophet.
Yep, they're giving him safe lane actually. And for our mid-threat guys, we have Myper on the center. He's going to relinquish his role there. SD is on a Scarlet Mage. We've seen him play that like all the time. Like Kels is on the middle lane. He's playing the Amber. OY is going to be supporting him with the Lich once again, while they're leaving Hey all alone as a Magnus on the safe lane, to the mercy of Nat and the Vengeful just roaming around on the side.
It looks like Ohio's going to have a pretty hard time in this lane to begin with. This is a very aggressive dual lane coming out with the Centaur and the Skyreth Mage, and Ohio surely knows if he gets out of position, he's pretty dead. One concussive shot, one stomp, and a double edge, and he's going to be just gone. And you can see already, he's harassed down to half HP. 2 Tangos gone already, and Skyreth Mage has still got half his mana left. And this is why Sky needs to be nerfed.
A little, but he's not as OP as a Jakiro on the lane. I mean, the Jakiro is just gonna keep spamming stuff at you, and you're not even getting wand charges from it, so there's no way you can survive anything if they go on you.
Yeah.
But Sky does offer you something.
Mid lane going pretty aggressive on OY, but I don't know, the Kells rotates up. Yeah, but I also wanted to point out that items that SD has gone. So what they've done is they've let OY pick up all the support items and only grab Tangos. And so this has given SD the room to pick up 2 Mantles of Intelligence, which really, I mean, it's a significant amount of intelligence increase. I mean, he can spam out a little bit more. It's plus 6 intelligence, so what's that? Whatever 6 times 13 is. It's at least 1 more or 2 more arcane bolts coming out of him, plus the extra damage from it. So, I mean, what do you think about that one support just going literally 5 position?
That's actually a pretty legit build. What you do is you build 2 null talismans into Trankles, and then you go into a straight Atos.
Could use a little help.
You can do it by 20 minutes on the Scarlet Mage. It's very easy. So that's that build which is gonna do again. It's pretty solid. The mantles not only give him extra arcane bolts, the damage is pretty good, and the reason he can get a lot of damage off is because his movement speed base is very high. So he can like see, look at what he's doing. He's kiting Net around, harassing him from when Net can't hit him back.
Yeah.
So there's no way that the Lion can trade evenly against the Scarlet Mage, and he's just going to zone him out.
Mid lane trying to go on Lakells, haste rune on KYXY, but not going to be finding it. And KYXY getting very, very low in fact. We'll be popping a magic stick. But no, it looks like they're okay. These lanes are rotating around a lot though, but like you said, I think this top lane is pretty much a sure win. I don't know what Net's plan is, other than maybe just pulling. Because it's really hard to out-harass a Skyreth Mage. Unless you're going to go just all aggressive for the kill, which they could do. You just don't win a harass war with a Skywrath. He can really just out-damage you with that arcane bolt spam.
Yeah, and they're most likely waiting for level 3 on mid side when there's a silence up on a Scarlet Mage. He seems to be getting caught out here. He's gonna throw out the concussive shot and just walk away for now. Yep, he's safe. So they're waiting for level 3 on the Scarlet Mage. Once he gets the concussive shot along with the silence, they can try to go on Ohio and try to first him, but he seems to be going towards middle lane. Yeah.
Gonna go down there. OY is very, very low. We'll be taking a fall just from one last casual hit coming up from Ohio, but a 1-for-1 trade, first blood going onto Lakells, which is pretty significant there. Good amount of gold into his pocket.
Yep, that's exactly the start he needs to get a good Amber up and running. He's going for like the normal Searing Chain builds, but I wonder what he's gonna do, because Ferrari builds into 2 Searing Chains and maxes out the Sleight of Fist after that. But a lot of players in US or Europe are maxing out Searing Chains and maxing out the shield. Meanwhile, Magnus gets a kill off onto Ohio. How did that happen?
You know the
I honestly don't know. I guess why I must be a little bit lower. I'll keep my eye on the map a little bit more. But top lane, SC tries to finish it onto Ned. Ned actually walks back out. A little bit suicidal there. He's going to get silenced up. Woman Killer comes in. They might be able to get a return kill on SC. And it looks like they will with rotation from KS and Ohio. They're trying to go on MyPro, but not quite level 6. But nice blocking coming out from both Ohio and Woman Killer. Ice. I feel rude saying that name. And they will be able to turn a return kill. But at the same time, KYXY goes down in the mid lane.
technical.
Kills everywhere across the map.
Oh yeah, that's big. Even though like AVX tried to play smart, he went for a magic stick early on so he can get some run charges, but he's just having a bad time against Amber. I don't think he can take the shield off from Lakel's. Yeah, it's level 3 Flame Guard now, so the Stump won't get the shield away from the Amber, and Amber can just lock him down very easily.
Well,
That's the problem when you're mid against the Amber. You need a hero which can bring his shield out. His shield out like instantly, otherwise he will always just run you down, and once he hits level 6 he is just so scary to lane against because he can jump you and hold you in place while his teammates can just come in and nuke you down, and there's nothing you can do about it.
I feel like maybe Team Malaysia didn't properly research this, because I really would have thought putting Viper in the mid lane would have been better. And KYXY going to get initiated on. He's trying to run away. He's got the stomp. Net's there. Stun. Sorry, Hex is going to be coming out into the kills there. KYXY getting very low. He has got the stun followed up. KS rotating in. Who are they going to target? They're going in for OY. Lakels is actually in the middle, very, very low. They can't seem to decide who to target, but Lakels is going to go down as well, taking down OY. That was a two-man rotation. KYXY and Net were already there. KS and Ohio coming in, but definitely worth it.
Totally worth it. Gold chain is nearly 700 actually, that's pretty big. Viper walked away with 300. Ohio walked away with 300 as well.
What do you think about... Oh, actually mid lane going in on SD again. And SD is not long for this world.
No, he's not. Oh. But in comes hey, is there RP? No, there's no RP.
Net's there.
Lakels is hacked up. Oh, getting it close. No, he's gonna find Net. He's searing chained up, and there comes a shockwave. They bring him down. What is he doing? Lakel's manning up. Such a manly Ember Spirit gets the kill off on the pan as well, and yeah, he's getting out. Scot free.
I was going to ask, what do you think about KS's skill build though? Since typically in the Southeast Asian scene recently we've been seeing corrosive skin maxed as well as 1 to 2 levels in poison attack and only maybe 1 level in poison, sorry, nether toxin. But what do you think about going for 3 levels in nether toxin?
It's good on the mid lane, but I don't really play Viper that much, so
okay.
I don't know about it. I don't play him that much. I mean, I play Amber, I play heroes, which, you know, and I tell you about them straight away. So, like, once you play a hero quite a few times, you know, like, the small niggles about him, and you only know that if you're playing a hero all the time.
I think it's an interesting skill build, but this game I think it's probably viable to go for the 3 levels in Nether Toxin. Usually the reason people pick up the Viper is because, you know, he dominates his lane, but also he's really tanky and hard to take down while being able to deal out distant damage. But with that max in the Nether Toxin, he can deal out more than decent damage. He's absolutely terrifying, especially against heroes like Ember Spirit, who are reasonably squishy, I would say. He hasn't got much armor, he hasn't got very much HP, so you sort of get that Ember Spirit down to half HP, and then Viper's just going to be able to rip him to shreds, versus going for more survivability on KS, which, you know, would keep him alive, but they'd also have a hard time taking down the Ember Spirit for lack of physical damage.
But Ember is still squishy, like, he's not that strong. He actually built interface, but so he's going to classic Ember. They're going towards bottom lane. Oh, KY's in trouble again. He's going to end up falling. MyPro, he is going to finish up dagger with this. This is actually a disaster for Team Malaysia. MyPro has a blink dagger and it's only 8 minutes in.
But he did have sort of dedicated farm on the top lane.
They had to stop it somehow. I mean, the Centaur is going to be very scary now. There should be a Sky with level 6 coming up in about a minute or 2 as well. So once that combo is online, I honestly think even Viper is not safe.
Yeah. Well, I do want to point out poor Net, who's still sitting on level 3 at the 9-minute mark. He's been unable to find virtually any experience, and you sort of compare that to Women Killer. And actually in bot lane, they're going in onto MyPro. Speaking of Net, he is rotating down to help out, and looks like MyPro is going to die. Net can't make it there in time. He really wants the experience. He's so underleveled. But that was a little bit of a turnaround kill there. KYXY now just damaging the tower for a minute. Might as well while he's got his ulti up.
They realized that they had to gank Centaur, but it was a bit too late because Centaur already picked up a blink dagger before he died. So nothing lost from that end. And well, Team Malaysia trying to pick up a tower here, but in comes rotation from MiTH. They're smoked up. In comes OI. He does not have ulti yet, so they have to be a bit careful. There's a concussion shot. They're trying to bring down Vengeful. I think Vengeful will die. Yep, there's a double edge. MyPro coming in with a blink dagger, showing it off already. Hey, looking to go in and trying to get a RPF, but won't find anyone. Is forced to back away to defend his tower. And Team Malaysia are just gonna scatter.
They are doing a bit of pushing on top tower, and KS has actually finished that mech now. It's flying out in the courier. So that's pretty significant for Team Malaysia, given that MiTH don't have anyone with a mech right now. So that can give them a little bit of extra burst HP in those team fights. Though speaking of team fights, Kels is going to get caught out. KYXY, he seems intent on fighting, but maybe not a good idea. He's here, and down KYXY goes again. DD Rune probably wasn't worth it.
See, that's the problem, that they can't bring the shield off from December Spirit.
Yeah, but they will maybe trade the tier 1 tower top lane. The rotation coming in from the Lich now to defend it.
No, oh, I can't really defend it alone. It's gonna end up falling. Oh, walking away with a lot of gold. He's building that annoying null talisman build.
Though he's gone for face boots. Normally when you build the null talisman into blade mail build, people, or maybe an orchid actually, he's going to throw his ulti out. KS is coming back in, but the huge RP chain frost combo coming out. KS, even he actually uses the mech to keep himself alive, and they might be able to get 2 kills from it. Yes, he will indeed be able to take down both OY as well as he, but Ember Spirit is having a field day. KYXY can't keep up. He's on 39 HP, but no, bottling himself up. KYXY doesn't have a blink, won't be able to keep up. And meanwhile, Net, who's desperately trying to get anything above level 4, reaches level 5 but dies for it.
Ouch, he's trying to get his level 6. They need that ulti to control December really badly. Yeah. And their Trump's finished up on them, right on time. Along with the phase. Look, he's backed up. Well, bottom lane, oh, MyPro looking to get a stomp off. Won't be able to. In comes a trap, but there's backup coming in. They should get out now because, yeah, there's a Magnus shining in. He's looking to get something done, but he's afraid of Net hexing him up and killing him off. So, everyone just back off, but he's gonna get out as well. That's good. Nicely done. But do they want to go in? Give X-Lax coming in from the back. He does have an ulti, but yes, do be careful if the Scarlet Mage is going to silence him up. He's going to end up falling because he's in way too deep.
Yeah. Well, both teams sort of running around a little bit. Though the Kells is potentially able to get some free farm, given that no one near Malaysia. No one on Malaysia is near him, though he's just sort of running down, getting the rune. But it looks like MiTH more concerned with just rotating around. He doesn't have the blink dagger up, which is kind of crucial for them right now. If they can get that blink dagger up, I think team fights are going to be theirs at this point in time, especially given how poor KYXY is. KYXY is so incredibly poor, but Viper's incredibly fat on the other hand, with that mech and treads up done. So he could be in trouble. MyPro's heading down as well as SD and OY. They do have a ward placed here, so he can see them coming. He will actually cancel his TP. Oh no. He's trying to dodge a stun, but you can't dodge a stampede. He's in a little bit of trouble. He's doing whatever he can. He will throw the ulti out, but in comes the Scarlet Mage and down he goes. One misclick by KS. That's a little bit sad for him, but I suppose they can maybe trade a T1 tower for that.
They're trying, but there's Magnus here already. Shocklay's gonna pull that wave back, and they can't bring it down. And they have to be afraid of Lekels because he's like at the zenith now. He has all his spells maxed out, and he can do quite a bit of damage.
Well, going through the net worth and experience, it's looking pretty even actually. Gold sitting 500 in favor of Malaysia, virtually nothing. Experience around about 1,500 in favor of MiTH, but I think primarily that's due to just Net. Net is bringing the team down. Level 5 at 13 minutes. He is really sad. I guess it's a bit hard for him though, because normally X takes sort of the 5 role and Net takes the 4 role, but it looks like Ice is going to be taking the 4 role while Net takes the 5 role. So that's not really what he's used to. Normally he's used to a little bit more farm than this, and he's probably just feeling a little bit off guard. Saying, I want my monies, but I haven't got any. But it looks like they want to take a team fight on this mid lane now. Prophet has finished that blade mail. He's ready to go. But it could be a 5v5 fight because both teams are smoked up right now. Ember Spirit has got 3 spirits ready to go. He's going to go for the Howl. The Hex is coming out and the Kel's the stun as well. Viper Strike coming up. And in comes the Chain Frost. Oh my god, RP onto 2 of them. Immediately it's going to be the 2 supports dead from the side of Malaysia. But KYXY is in the middle of the fight. Stampede used to try and get them out. On the backlines, KS is just hitting down MyPro, who doesn't know how to get away from it. He just can't. OY could be taken down as well as the 2-for-1 trade at the moment. Ember Spirit though coming in. Ohio's doing what he can. His Blade Mail is off cooldown in 6 seconds, but it won't even matter. He gets caught there by the Skewer. 2-for-3 trade at the moment, favouring Malaysia, but KYXY, he's ready to go, and Net, he's respawned, he dies. He respawns so quickly because he's so low level. Next level gaming. And they might be able to get a return kill on He. Yes, the crit coming out from KYXY. Net, he got his level 6. He's probably happy now. So
Viper was trying to kill off the Ember on the back end, but wasn't able to. Teamfight recap is actually pretty even.
I don't have teamfight recaps anymore. Is that an option?
That happens sometimes, it bugs out, so you can't open it anymore, but I can open it up.
Okay.
MiTH walked away with nearly 500 gold, Team Malaysia with 900 gold, nearly double, but the experience shift was the biggest one. KYXY walked away with nearly a full level from it.
Well, that's huge because he was falling so far behind. And now they're going to go for the Roshan as well, which will fall very quickly with that extra negative armor from the Wave of Terror. So, Golden Experience Graft is also pretty significant. Like you said, there was a huge shift, but Team Malaysia looking in a good position. But of course, it is worth remembering that I would say late game, MiTH Trust do have it. Like, nothing beats an Ember, and you can see the Kells has actually picked up a hand of MiTH recipe. So I think he's of the mindset that, well, early game isn't going as well as we wanted to, and I'm going to accelerate my farm for that sort of 30 to 40 minute mark with this MiTH pickup. But what do you think about that? You don't often see MiTH.
I don't see MiTH on Ember ever, but to be honest, I mean, I think the early game went really good. He didn't have to make a MiTH, but that's his choice. The problem which happened last fight is that the Scarlet Mage silenced the Viper instead of silencing KYXY. And he got the ulti off, and you saw how much he did. He tanked up the Lich ultimate, then he helped set up 1 or 2 kills as well, so that's the power of the Brewmaster if you don't control him.
Well, that was one sort of unfortunate thing about that team fight from MiTH, is that they got off that amazing RP into Chain Frost combo, but then they got it on the supports instead of, you know, if they can do that on Ohio and KS, instant team fight won. But unfortunately, they got it on the level 5 Lion, who respawned about 10 seconds later and was ready to rejoin the fight. So if they can get those team fight combos off onto the correct heroes, I think it could go really well for them. Of course, I mean, it's worth trying to catch the VS because that swap can be really infuriating, but I don't know. Net's now caught up.
They're dancing here on the bottom lane. Maybe they want to go in, but they're, I think, trying to make Team Malaysia overcommit. But they won't. They know there's nothing more to be done here. So just back away, go back to the lanes and start farming up again. Net worth-wise, you're gonna see actually Viper still leading. But that soon might change because Ember has a MiTH finished up and he's just farming away.
Yeah, he will start to overtake soon. I mean, looking at items, you can see MiTH Trust. MyPro, he seemed to be going for a mech, but he seems to have changed that build now. Looks like OY is going to be picking up the mech. Blink Dagger up on He finally. SD, he's going for that Null Talisman build you're talking about, and of course that MiTH on the Ember. On the side of Malaysia, Ice has got 1,000 gold in the bank, so 4-star for Blink Dagger could be coming up soon. Otherwise, upgraded treads would also be pretty nice. KYXY has finished his Blink Dagger and his treads, and another 1,000 gold in the bank. Probably a BKB, I would say, this game for him, versus an Ags. Though we'll have to see if he does decide to go for something a little bit more team-oriented, like the Vlads. Viper, of course, mech, he's going for a BKB, I would say, with the Ogre Club pickup, though it could, of course, be an Arcanum Scepter, which is sort of the next common item. Lion, almost got a Blink Dagger, actually. And Ohio, he's going for that Orchid next.
What do you think about MiTH Trust giving away towers for free?
Big fight going in. Ohio, TP's into the middle of them. Chain Frost bouncing back and forth. Ohio's immediately going to take a fall. Super fast Lakels, he's all hexed up, going to be trying to make a run for it, but he will just be able to escape to the other side of the map. SD is incredibly low, will be able to make it away, but KYXY does catch OY. Lakel's in fact being chased down now, but KS decides, ugh, too far, I didn't want. Woman Killer now coming in. They've got SD thrown up into the air. Swap is up. They also know exactly where he is. The stun going to be coming out. Hal as well. KYXY blinks forward, gets a double kill there with the stomp. They do also have sight of MyPro, but not really worth going in on that, so I can't see the fight recap, but you can give the overview.
It's actually a bit bugged. It doesn't show the kill on the Lich, but for the Skywrath Mage, they got 400 gold. Skywrath Mage lost to 30 gold again. Like, he's losing way too much gold. I expected him to have more farm than this right now, but he's just fallen so far behind. I think a crucial mistake he made is he maxed out the Arcane Bolt instead of maxing out the Silence, which he actually really needed to do this game.
Yeah, the Silence actually combos incredibly well with his teammates because all of them have got massive magical damage. And not only the Silence, but the increased magic damage is insane. Really, really worth it in the early game phases and late game phases too. Really worth it all around. Versus the Arcane Bolt, which is great for sort of getting solo kills, but this game doesn't seem to be based around solo kills right now. It's very much based around just team fight, team fight, team fight, where the Ancient Steel is going to be becoming a little bit more in handy.
Yeah,
That's
you
not
need
really...
that kind of thing. What's Ember up to? He nearly has 3k gold in a bank, so he's gonna get a level 3 up pretty soon.
But Midas Purchase doesn't seem to have set him back at all.
It kind of did, actually, because they lost 2 towers, which they were not able to defend at all. They lost at bottom tier 2, they lost top tier 2. Their options are closing in fast, and Lakels won't be able to leave the lane soon because Ohio nearly has a finished up Orchid. So once that Orchid is done, the farm for Lakels is going to dry up really fast.
Trying to just take a bit of damage off KS. Aegis just got reclaimed though, so all of that damage is going to be healed up. Net, he's 200 gold to his Blink Dagger actually, or 300 I suppose. So with this tower he should have it almost done. Ohio's coming in. So do you think MiTH should initiate onto this?
They can't fight this because there's an ulti up on the Brewmaster as well. Well, they're trying to go in. In comes Myper, is gonna set up Boonkler, but has to back up. In comes KVX, is gonna pop the ulti. Myper in trouble, he's gonna fall back in comes our RP. It landed on no one and he's in trouble now, gonna get thrown up in the air, brought back down. In comes the whole crew from Team Malaysia, and the right clicks are gonna make short work of that. KVX, my man, he's wrecking face. Mega kill streak already.
After such a terrible start.
He came back so strong with the brew.
Yeah. Well, he's gone for the Vlads of this game, so very team fight oriented, very buffing up his carries. But that, yet another team fight where just a little bit of skills being whiffed there. Like you said, Magnus didn't catch anyone with that RP. Chain Frost didn't even go off. They just didn't seem to be on the same page. And now these stacks in the jungle, you can see beautiful stack just being taken there by KS, obviously stacked up in preparation for Ember Spirit being able to just clear everything ever with his Syrian chains as well as the Empower, but not going to be happening, and just more gold into the pocket of Team Malaysia. And KS does now have a BKB, and Blink is done on net, so really big core items coming out for them. BKB...
That's where the Midas is hurting them a lot. It's really costing mids the whole mid game.
And a
All the tier
BKB!
twos are gone now.
Lakel's actually went for a BKB. Well, honestly, I don't necessarily disagree with this. I think that he really needs up that magic immunity. He's going to have bonus damage as well as the cleave coming out from Empower, so it's one of those sort of catch-22s with a hero like Ember Spirit that you're really squishy and you want to be able to go in, but you also don't want to risk dying. And you have to know that someone like Net will be able to blink forward and immediately engage on you, stun you, hex you as soon as you come back down from that Sleight of Fist. So, and even on the bot lane now, you can see Lakel's is going to be going down. Possibly the Finger of Death is up. They will be throwing it out at him. He's silenced up. He pops up BKB and he does BKB doing work. Otherwise, he would have been silenced and died there. So.
Top towers, you know the drill.
Yeah, but that's a BKB chart for getting out. Yeah, so.
Well, versus dying.
I mean, yeah, but if he had a Battlefield right now, they could have fought a little bit more. But top lane, okay, Vix is finally going to get blown up. In comes the Scarlet Mage along with everyone else. Ohio's going to join in. Yeah, he's going to get a kill onto Oi. Easy. But Max keeping him alive there. Well, in comes KS.
He doesn't have a TP scroll. Oh, well, MyPro and Net and Woman Killer are still all just fighting up in the jungle. Nice stun coming out from MyPro. He's going to just try and take down Net, but not going to be happening. Woman Killer just kind of swapping him for the fun of it. 19 to 18 on the board, but it feels like right now Team Malaysia have got a bit of an advantage. But of course, pushing the high ground against an Ember Spirit with that cleave from the Empower is always going to be hard. So I guess that's sort of the saving grace right now for MiTH. Just try and defend the high ground.
It is, but you don't have to rush anything. I mean, Team Malaysia are a little bit ahead than MiTH, and they can extend their lead. They've taken all the map control away from MiTH, because like there's nothing here they can control at all. So they can farm their own jungle, they can farm the lanes, and they can actually just out-farm mid right now. And Ember is really vulnerable, like he is scared to go out. Because he has to pop the BKB, and like BKB charges early on are very precious for team fights.
But at the same time, he has to find farm, so I guess it's probably worth using the using the BKB part charges to survive if you get farm up. I mean that, yeah, the catch-22, but Roshan is back now, so.
Well, it's gonna bring Roshan. And what do you think about the Viper building it to Scepter? Do you think it should maybe build into more right clicks instead of going for more control Viper?
Honestly, I think the Scepter's okay. I don't really think there's a situation where Scepter on Viper is particularly bad, purely because the cooldown is just crazy in team fights. Like, you can just use it so many times. Of course, getting more damage would be nice, but I suppose right now they're not particularly losing team fights. If they were finding that they couldn't clear anyone because of lack of physical damage, I would understand, but I think right now with KYXY still sort of being a strong hero, you know, Panda hasn't really faded out yet. Sort of at around about, I would say the 30 to 40 minute mark is when the Panda's ulti is still nice, but it's not that DPS powerhouse. He's going to need those damage items up, but not right now, maybe? What do you think? Do you think he should just go damage?
I honestly think he should just go damage. They need some DPS to go high ground. I mean, it's nice and all, but you need some DPS, you need some tankiness. They already have quite a bit of control, and I mean, if he's going to end up dying, he should make something like a heart or something like that so he can siege. Because like look at the lineup from mid. They have so much control. They have the Magnus RP, they have the Scarlet Mage ultimate, and the Centaur. So that's a huge amount of burst. So if he's gonna get bursted down, Scepter's not gonna save him there.
Well, it's more about going aggressive, I suppose, would be my logic. Is that, you know, you can. So
best defense is a good offense.
Yeah. But it is offensive. I mean, you can use it just to harass the supports out as you're pushing up high ground. So, you know, you catch a glimpse of a Skywrath, you ult him, he's forced to TP back because he'll pretty much die from one ulti at this point. But we'll have to see. I mean, they've got the Aegis advantage, but I agree that they will need DPS items fairly soon. We'll have to see how this fight goes. I do have faith that Lakells can defend, though, with this Empower on. Though Empower's wearing off because Magnus isn't casting it on him for some reason.
Report Magnus. I'll cast it again just now. So, there we go. I don't know if you can actually defend it for long. He can get some tickle farm, but items are a bit hard to find. What do you think he's gonna go for, a Battle Fury or a crit?
At this point, maybe crit. I think Battle Fury would be great, but the big thing is getting out to the secret shop could be really hard right now, given that Team Malaysia have got wards all over this area. And I think they know they've got wards. I think they can see the ward here. They just can't get out to de-ward it. So they know that that high ground area is warded, and sending the courier out to the secret shop would be really risky right now, especially with the profit on the enemy team. That's why I think.
Talking on the side. They're just waiting for someone to step out top to just kill him off. But
they're like sharks.
I think MiTH is going to maybe take a small bit of bait here. MyPro is sitting on his front. There are blinks here to ensure that MyPro knows something is wrong. He's trying to bait. That's a total bait.
Well, Net, you're in a bad situation, buddy.
Well, he can get out. Like he's
fine.
fine.
Yeah, he's got the blink dagger, but
he's
a little bit risky. But Aegis is going to be reclaimed now in 2 minutes, so they're not really going to have utilized this Aegis particularly effectively. I guess maybe they're waiting for the pickup of that Ags, which should be coming out in 600 gold or 500 gold at this point. But yeah, I mean, do you think in terms of hero composition they can win late game? Assuming Lakells gets his farm up, which he obviously will, having that MiTH pick up.
He needs a Daedalus. He needs a Daedalus to hold. Otherwise he can't really hold that easily. It's going to be very hard for him. And he has to watch out for the initiation from Lion. I mean, one issue I had with Nat is he didn't max out the Hex. Which he honestly should have. But Lakells went for a Desolator.
The reason I don't agree with Desolator this game is because they're basing it upon this cleave. And so the cleave is... Oh my god, but see, they put these wards up. I guess it's just they get a little bit of extra vision, which isn't necessarily bad. It's kind of weird. But anyway, they're basing it upon the cleave, and armor just... cleave, sorry, ignores armor, so it doesn't matter if you have -7 armor for the cleave. It'll help the base hit, but... Oh, actually, KOX by going in as I'm ranting on. Lakels is just going to back out straight away. SD is going to be the stun target, but it looks like they're just trying to create space. KOX is essentially just tornadoing them just so they can get this tier 3 tower down. Lakels will be coming back out again, doing a fair amount of damage. In fact, killing off the Fire Panda Alab just by himself. MyPro now stampeding in. KS is a target of choice. They've got 1 minute left on the Aegis. So RP going to be landing only onto one. Ohio with a nice dodge. Lakel's now coming with the BKB trapped in the tree. KYXY just smacking him on the face, but Lakel's now on an unstoppable streak. KS, he could be taking a fall now. He will be losing that Aegis, but he does manage to take down Lakel's with the last hit at the same time. Ohio's still just sort of chilling around. Lakelso buys back, comes back in, but KOS, he's got that BKB. He never even used it. He's going in now, just auto-attacking down. And Lich, a little bit aggressive there, but he's still got another 3 or 4 seconds on that BKB. He should be able to make it out, though. ST's back up. Net is going to be the target of choice. MyPro goes in, gets a 3-man stun. Huge plays coming out from him. Stampede, Skewer coming out as well. This could be a Team Malaysia, Team Wipe. Ohio, incredibly low. KS, though, he's going to be turning around. He's still trying to fight. Why are you trying to fight this, man? You're crazy. You're crazy. And he's going to die for it. Huge team wipe there.
That was crazy. And there's a gem on the deck. Fight recap. Wow. Okay, so Ember actually died, bought back, but they still ended up with more gold. 1200 gold going for Team MiTH. Team Malaysia walking away with 172. Like, that's nothing. But Viper got nearly 1300 gold out of it because he just out-survived his whole team. Huge XP change, though. MiTH walking away with a lot of XP, but that's gonna benefit the Scar with me because now he has a level 2 ultimate. And the Chain Force got upgraded as well.
Yeah, well, this could be the back in that MiTH needed. They won that big team fight. Lakels did buy back, so he's got about 5 minutes left, 6 minutes left of having to play quite carefully where he can't afford to die, but it's still a big gold and experience shift, as you can see. Experience especially, holy moly. It was 1,500 in favor of Malaysia, but after that fight, zooped back up in favor of MiTH by around about 3,000 now. And gold, almost gold lead has been halved, possibly. I would say it was around about 6,000, and now it's sitting at around about 3,000. Possibly a little bit more, but still really, really significant for MiTH. And have there been any big item pickups since that fight?
No.
Just 4
everyone
staffs.
has to save their items, yeah. Everyone has to save. For now, they can't spend their gold.
Well, I have to say the 4 staff on both Magnus as well as Skarath could be considered quite important. If Lakels does manage to get caught out with that Hex, for example, then they could 4-staff him to freedom, which is always quite annoying. When you're versing someone with lots of 4-staffs and everyone's just getting pushed all over the shop, super annoying.
It is, but they need to keep this Ember alive. They saw that he died to the Viper, like, easily, even, and Viper doesn't even have damage right now. So, like, once that Viper gets some damage, it's going to be scary.
Yeah.
As, like, Ember isn't going to build into HP, it's going to build damage. And the Desolator is actually okay this game. Not, I mean, cleave-wise, because it's like different builds you can do on Ember. If you're either relying on your cleave to hold or you're relying on your team fight. Here it's okay because the armor from Team Malaysia is pretty low on nearly all of their heroes. Look at the Windforce, he's only levels. He's only 7 armor, not level 7. So I just said it wrong. Lion only has 3 armor, plus 9 he's getting it from the Blats, but that's about it. Like, their armor values are so low. And the Desolator is going to help him right-click people down very easily.
Yeah, that is true. So
that might change. That might change once KYXY goes for something like an assault.
Well, he's almost got his BKB done. I think after that, assault is going to be the next choice. Aghanim Scepter on Brewmaster is normally only picked up in the first, I would say, 25 minutes. After that, it sort of loses its wow factor. Though, what do you think about KYXY not maxing the Drunken Haze? Can you miss inside a fist?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Only the cleave goes through. You can miss inside a fist. That's like a really annoying thing when you're playing Ember against very tanky heroes and you get something like a mischance on like BA and stuff, and then you're like just yelling at yourself like, why isn't it doing any damage? But he has a fair amount of gold. I think he spent it. Lakel is going for a Battle Fury. He has a Preservance up, so he's going max Glaive. After Desolator, that's what I don't like. I mean, I like the Deso pickup, but going Cleave after Deso...
Should go damage after Deso.
It's not keeping up with the build he's doing, but let's see how it works out.
Well, I guess one reason maybe he went for the Deso was so if they do win a team fight, they can push quickly, though there could be a big team fight. MiPro going to initiate him. BKB is pop going on to KS. KS, though, he doesn't seem to care. He's so tanky. He doesn't actually use his ulti, though. I'm not really... I guess it doesn't really matter, possibly. But look at that cast range. But, of course, they do have the 4-star. SD is going to force himself out of range. Stampede's on cooldown now. So, honestly, one fight there. That was BKB and Stampede coming out from MiPro. Though they could go in. KS just sitting there by himself. Is going to get immediately dropped. That was...
322. He just died instantly. I don't know what he was doing here. I honestly thought that MiTH should back off because they can't afford to die. But Team Malaysia just seemed all over the place. Ohio ported top and they were like... I think they were expecting MiTH to go back. But MiTH were like, we're just going to outplay you, and they just went in and get a kill off and got out.
A little bit greedy there by KS. He knew the whole enemy team was there and his own team backed off, but it could have also been a miscommunication. He probably thought that, hey, here's my chance to get some farm. Whereas his team thought, let's run.
Dyer's bottom tower's getting the business.
But
they're just going toward the 4-staff as well, I think.
This can be mass 4-staffs.
They need it. Like, it's really good. Mass 4-staffs against heroes which are going to rely on trying to catch you out. It's good.
Well, that's the Battle Fury completed now. What do you reckon he gets rid of? He kind of needs his TP.
He needs his TP.
MiTH, I suppose, but it's so early to get rid of a MiTH.
Like, I don't know.
He can't seem to decide either. I think he wants to go.
Put the TP down.
I think he wants to go use the MiTH once more, and then he'll sell it.
Yeah.
So,
looks like it's...
I think he shouldn't sell it, though. I think he should keep it on the courier and just keep using it, honestly.
Radiant's top towers and
That's what he's doing, I think.
Well, hopefully, because he bought it so late into the game. They're selling it now. He actually would have gained virtually no gold from it. See, does he sell it?
No, he doesn't need to sell it.
But he might.
He has to be careful. He can't get caught out. He has no gold for buyback. And there's a third Roshan app, so this is a cheese Roshan. This can get scary really fast if Lakel doesn't get some farm for the buyback. Or... Yep.
They want to defend it though.
Yeah, they know that if the Aegis goes for Team Malaysia, they will end up taking
RP going to be landing this on KYXY. Haste Woman Killer is going to swap him out. What a buddy, keeping him alive there. Aegis is going to be taking their Viper. They're trying to go in. OY is going to get silenced up there, taken down, but there's so much damage going through. KS, he's going to immediately lose that Aegis just from the damage from the Kells, but Net's now coming in. Stun. Huge nuke onto the Kells, and the Kells is going to be taking it fully. Does not have buyback, but in comes he. RP's already been used. He tries to TP out, but too much damage. Gem is on the deck. Triple kick there onto KS.
I thought there's a hero here which KYX was trying to...
He's just farming the...
He was...
Gotta get maximum efficiency.
But... yeah, well, Lakel's dead. I think Team Malaysia knows that he does not have buyback because they just saw the Battle Fury on him. And they're gonna go ham on the tier 3.
Yep.
Can they hold? I sound early, but I'm like really tense. But can they hold, like, really? They don't have any else up. I think Lily, what happened to Lily? I don't know.
I'm still here. I'm just watching. Ohio's riding there, that's the problem. The range tracks on the top lane is going to be going down. They really can't defend this, in my opinion, without the Kells. And the Kells, he YOLO bought that Battle Fury, which definitely helped out, but of course with the Aegis and cheese up, this wasn't enough. Who did take the cheese, by the way?
Someone took it. I don't know who, actually. I think the Viper took it, maybe.
Maybe, I don't know. I didn't catch. Ohio doesn't have it. Maybe they sold it. Either
no,
way,
they used it. They used it in the fight.
Okay.
I saw it being used. So.
Ohio now is just going to continue pushing the top lane. KYXY is going to get silenced up, but MiPro actually going in. BKB immediately popped. Net going to be getting the Hex off, but here comes the 4-star. That was the longest stun I've ever seen in my life. MiPro will be hit by it. Ohio now rotating in. He's just playing the, oh my god, the aggressive game. Wow, the damage! Poor OY just gets absolutely destroyed in a matter of seconds, but now Ohio's in a bad situation. He does have buyback, so it's not really the end of the world. Net's going to be trying to save the day, but will be going down as well. They only lost a range racks and a tier 3 tower for that. So not necessarily the worst, but MiPro now coming in. KS, does he want to fight? He doesn't have BKB. Lakel's now coming in. KS is going to be taking a fall. No BKB. Scarith Mage just absolutely destroys him. Dominating streak onto Lakel, so that's a pretty significant amount of gold, and that is enough buyback now. But the RP coming out, going to be landing to Ohio, who bought back. Huge buyback from Ohio. If he dies now, this could be devastating, and it looks like he is going to be going down. The damage over time from Lakel's is too much. They might be able to get ST in return. Yes, indeed they will, with a huge crit from KYXY, but still
This
they
is
just...
Rex.
Oh,
This is
actually...
Rex.
He's right.
Oh, Magnus making space. He's making space.
I don't
Otherwise,
think
it
they
would
could
have
Rax
been
though,
Rex's.
because Lakel's still up. How could they Rax? There's only 2 of them.
They can. Like, if they
Oh.
split a little bit, they can. Send one top, send one bottom.
I don't
They can
know.
get some damage off. Actually.
I think it's too risky.
I mean, it's
Lakel's
only one
does-
hero. But
Lakel's does way too much damage though. It's a bit worrying.
he's a bit fat, yeah, but he doesn't have the BKB. And if there's no BKB, there is going to be Drunken Bowler on him, and he can't hit anything. That's where the max Drunken Bowler would have actually been effective, but... Sorry, Drunken Haze, not Brawler. But he didn't max it out even now. I wonder why I didn't, like, because the miss chance is increasing so much from 45 to 75 on max. Like, 75 is devastating. You can't hit anything in that.
Well, I don't know. That's what I was questioning earlier. At level 15, he only had level 1 Drunken Haze. I think it's definitely worth leveling up, but he's, I don't know. Maybe he just felt like he really needed those stats early game. Or maybe he just felt like he never sees Lakel's, so there was no point trying to go for it. Either way, MiTH just got sold. For such a late MiTH, he sells it so early. Like,
It's 40 minutes.
he didn't get up until the 18 or 20 minute though.
I know, it's a bit late. Like, he did the same thing, I think, last game too. Everyone got MiTH's last game. And that was weird.
That was Invasion who went MiTH's.
Met were playing too. They got MiTH's as well.
No, Invasion got all the MiTH's really late.
Yesterday.
Oh, yesterday.
I was
Okay.
casting.
Okay.
And they were going like mass MiTH's, and I was like, what the heck is going on?
Fair enough. Well, Lakel's does have enough for buyback. Who has got buyback? Looking at the buyback status, just Lakel's. Ohio's is on cooldown, Magnus's is on cooldown, and everyone else just doesn't have enough gold. So that is marginally significant. I think both teams are going to be playing a little bit passively for now, just until they farm up enough for this buybacks. It's sort of at the point though where MiTH Trusts are on a bit of a final line. Golden experience is still fairly even. It's only 5,000 experience lead for gold lead for Malaysia. Experience lead is 4,000 for MiTH Trust, but at the same time, Malaysia have got a lot less further to go if they can win a team fight. They can get 2 lanes of racks pretty much immediately, if not Mega Creeps. But he's coming forward. KYXY is going to BKB, gets his ulti off before they go in. MiPro will be popping that Stampede, trying to get out, but Lakel's actually runs straight into all of them. He manages to get down net almost immediately. Nothing they can do against that, but Lakel's, he's trying to make it away. His BKB is off now. KYXY coming in. He's going to be targeting down OY. That's Chain Frost bouncing through the creeps. Very unfortunate bounces there. But meanwhile, they are going to be going on to MiPro, who came back in. KS is going to get RP'd along with KYXY, who just got out of his ultimate, but the swap going to be saving KYXY. KS does pop that BKB, turning around, heading on to MiPro. KYXY now chasing after Lakel's. Lakel's does have 1 spirit left, but it's too slow. They actually changed targets, and there's going to be maybe a kill on Woman Killer there. Lakel's is trying to run away, but he gets forced after freedom. They do have up the Viper Strike. He blinks back in, gets Woman Killer down, but I think he's going to be dying for this. Viper Strike is back up, but who even needs it? But you can auto-attack him to death. His buyback is up, but it was sort of Ohio. The 3 cores are basically up. I'll put it that way. All 3 cores are ready to go, so this probably should be 2 lanes of racks going down.
That was a pretty good team fight. Like, they controlled it really well. They didn't let MiTH focus anyone down, just forcing them back again and again. And when they saw they had advantage, they just came in. And they're also tanky, like, so hard to bring anyone down. They're gonna force a buyback from the kills and just back away. They don't want to overcome it and die.
Well, they force the buyback out, and that's the important thing, just further delaying that Daedalus. And of course, you do have to be a little bit worried of that Daedalus, because that will be one of the key things. I mean, he's getting enough kills as is, but when he's got that Daedalus up, he's going to be able to clear those creep waves instantly and really defend those pushes just solo. But Golden Experience is still sitting pretty even. In terms of other people's items, the heart is completed onto the Centaur. Lich has still got that Mech 4 stuff. Refresher Orb is coming out next onto the Magnus, but honestly, I think this is going to be a pretty slow Refresher Orb. I mean, at the moment, he's really not finding very much farm. It's pretty much all going to the Kells, so I don't know if he'll even get it completed before the game finishes unless there's a big team fight. Atos is done on SD. Definitely a good item pickup. Though it really depends on him staying alive in the team fights, which right now isn't really happening much. He sort of just gets insta-gibbed. And Ember, of course, going for that Daedalus.
Do you think Team Malaysia are going to switch to a split push strat now, because Ohio is fairly damaging, and he can rat Rex out or two?
Well, normally Ohio does play a bit of a rat strategy. Normally, when he plays that Nature's Prophet, he'll just wait till his team pushes a lane in and then he'll go rat. Doesn't really matter what time it is in the game. Actually, they're going in onto MiPro, finding him in the jungle. Swap going to be coming out from Woman Kill. They just want to keep the chain stones going, and the damage from Ohio. Who cares about KS physical damage? Ohio hits like a truck. Oh my god, those crits, bro. Those crits.
He doesn't even have a Daedalus up, but look at the plus damage from the offering. It's all offering, plus 155.
Yeah. Well, that's why offering is such a good item on something like the Panda, because it goes onto the Earth Panda, I believe. And that means that your allies are going to get the effect of it while you're unable to really be... Well, I'm not going to say unable to be killed, but they're very hard to be killed. And it really does give a huge effective plus damage to heroes like Nature's Prophet that are very stat-based. Anyway, you can see Ohio already. He's lurking in the bushes. He's a little creeper there, isn't he? Sitting in the trees. KOXO just tapping on that Rax. And Ohio's going to go in. Here he goes. Fortification is up.
I think they can bring down 2 Rexes. They can bring down 2 Rexes. I mean, look at KS. He's so tanky.
With that hard
He's
up,
taking it down.
So RP was used on the top lane. KOXO pops his ulti. They want to just try and get down Ohio. Ohio just pops his BKB. Can't TP out. Chain Thrust's going to be coming out, but that was the whole team. Just for one little Ohio. They will be losing the bot Rax for it. Top Rax is still standing. Ohio does not have buyback. Are they going to be able to get anyone? The Kells is going to be going on to KS. KS just TP's out in front of them. Oh, no, so close, but not quite tanky enough. There's going to be 2 down. Buyback is ready on KS. Woman Killer going to be just standing in the trees there. Skewer is not up. He will make it out there. That was a good TP coming out from ice. So that was a 2 for a Rax. Worth? Not worth
it. I mean, it's worth it. They need to bring down Rexes eventually against Zamber. Otherwise, he's gonna keep defending forever and ever and ever. And he's building another Daedalus, I think. It's maybe 2 Daedalus. There's just 1 more Crystallize on him.
I guess he's just going maximum damage. Well,
yeah, but that means he can't teamfight properly.
They do know this version's occurring. I think Net is gonna go. Is he gonna go for the mad 5-man stun till the Aegis? I think he is. He's dropping his shit on the... Sorry, he's dropping his stuff on the ground, but he's a little bit too late. I get a little bit excited there. Cheese is on the ground though. It's just an Aussie saying. Dropping your shit everywhere.
We say the same, actually. We say the same. We say the same. Might actually train myself to not say that.
Well, anyway, Aegis and Cheese onto MiTH. This is pretty significant. Cheese is on the Centaur. How are you going to kill a Centaur with 3.1k HP and a Cheese? Good luck.
You can't, unless they focus everything down on him. Even though it's hard, because Viper is not doing enough right click right now. He needs at least an item. I think he should get a Butterfly right now, so he can chase on Ember. Like if Ember's trying to run, he can just follow him and right click him down.
Well, there's Daedalus number 1 done, but that means no buyback. No buyback.
Oh god.
And he's even just left a Chrysalis in the base. Why not?
Michael's please, why you do this? This is really dangerous what he's doing, but I think he's decided that it's like the last fight is going to happen. If they don't win this, they will end up losing the game because the Rexes are down already. The bottom range Rex is still there, but it's looking pretty grim. They haven't even taken this tier 3 bottom. It's 50 minutes in nearly. It's like that bad right now.
They can easily just walk up and hit that. Like even Sky could just kill that by himself. Honestly.
And they're so afraid of Ohio just pouring into them back, silencing them up and right-clicking them down.
True. Well, looking at the buyback status actually, which is pretty important. A definite difference on buybacks. They've only got 2 buybacks coming out from the Radiant, which is Ohio and KS, versus 3 on the Dire, and that's not including the Aegis and the Cheese. So this does mean that, I don't know, this could be really dangerous for Malaysia if they take this fight badly. Of course, Golden Experience are still pretty stagnant. Honestly, really close between the 2 teams, given how this game's been going. So I don't really know. It looks like maybe they want to commit to something. The Kels isn't there though. He doesn't have boots to travel either, so I'm not too sure why MiTH are running up the mid lane. I guess he does have a spirit a little bit further back. Maybe that's his aim.
Yep, he's gonna join the fight there. He can't be in the front, like if they decide to focus him down. There's nothing much he can do. You can't BKB when you're hexed up, so it's yep, the hex is actually still not maxed out.
Poor Nate.
I don't know why people don't max out the hex on Lion, honestly. I mean look at the numbers on it. It's 4 seconds and 12-second cooldown.
I think mana problems,
max level.
honestly. I mean, I play Lion a fair amount, and I usually go for maybe 2 levels in hex maximum, because you just don't have the mana. It's really depressing, but you got to consider that this is without a 4-staff normally. You have enough mana just for a stun and ult. You don't have enough mana for stun, hex, and ult, and you have to go back to base if you don't have mana drain up. So the only way to really be sustainable without having to go back to base every 5 seconds is to go for that. The mana drain, honestly. Hex is an amazing skill. I think if you're mid, you can definitely justify getting Hex up, but as a support, and you saw how underleveled Net was, you just don't have the mana pool for it. It's frustrating.
It depends, like, if you're having a good early game, you can get a point booster up. So
yeah,
a little bit of extra mana. Oh god, MiTH, they're just sitting on the side, waiting in the trees, while they're using Mybro as a sieger. He's just writing the tower down, and right tower actually damages itself with the return. Did you know about it?
Yes, I did.
Yeah,
It's a little bit cheeky.
Yeah, so a lot of people don't know about it, that the tower is gonna get damaged by the return as well. Like Yells is still farming up. Does he have a buyback ready? No, he doesn't. He needs 1,000 more gold for it. That's a really expensive buyback.
Yeah, but he is farming quite quickly, so he should be able to have it up by the time the team fight engages. And it looks like Malaysia just aren't interested in fighting because, well, they know that there is that that Cheese and Aegis up, so why would they fight yet? Just wait another couple of minutes. Of course, it does get a little bit risky since Ember Spirit's getting to the scary point, but with that Aegis down, they'll have a better time trying to fight him. And Ohio...
Oh.
He's gonna be just... He's just gonna hit down the Kells. The Kells is trying to join the fight. They're going to go in onto KS. KS is going to be taking massive amounts of WF. Pop, BKB. Oh my god, English. The Kells now comes in. BKB popped his zone. KYX rotating in, throwing out the ulti. The Kells, he wants to take down KS, but can he do it? Not with Net there, but Net, can he get the Hex off? He does get the Hex off, but Swap coming out from Women Killer, saving KS on 20 HP. Fantastic swap, but the Aegis is going to be popped now. This is a perfect time fight coming out from MiTH. Ohio now rotating in. He's TP'd back in. Now he's stuck 1v sort of 2ing, I suppose. KYX is back in. They will be able to get down. The Kells, yes, they will kill him. And no, he doesn't have buyback. Oh no, this is devastating for poor MiTH. The Lich down. Wait, they get the Lich down as well. I'm lagging.
Why is Ohio going middle? No.
Okay, I'm just lagging then.
Why did Ohio go middle? He can go top and get Rex down.
I don't know, maybe
but
he's scared
I think he's afraid of them. Yeah, afraid of Magnus. Magnus didn't use RP, that's why he didn't go. But the bottom Rex fell. Meanwhile, the range Rex is gone as well now.
Oh, they got that a little while ago though. Ohio rated that
I didn't
about...
see it.
Yeah, he did that about 3 minutes ago.
I didn't even notice it.
Well, he's gone to the secret shop.
Rats.
Why is Ohio just standing at the secret shop?
He's looking for a career, I think.
Maybe.
Yeah, I was looking for a career if there's someone there, but there's no one here. And, well, Team Malaysia burning down middle lane. Ulti from the is going to be up. It is, but they will force it, like, they can force it easily.
Yeah. Well, I think that's what they're trying to do. KS is already back down. That was a fantastic swap, by the way. I don't know if you managed to catch that, but KS got swapped out on 20 HP. Insanity. Well, there's the buyback from Ember. KYXY, those already initiated. I think they're just going to go straight for the racks and then back out. Fortification comes out. KYXY, send your Earth Spirit out, buddy. There you go. The Fire Panda will actually be just taking a fall there, and immediately the Kells managed to swipe all of those Prophet summons. Can't really do much against a Battle Fury Ember Spirit with the Daedalus and the Dezu.
But they forced a buyback.
Yeah.
That's all they need to do. I mean, next fight, if Lekill's dead, it's GG.
Wait, he bought back, but he's immediately earning gold.
Is he? Yeah, but I mean, the timer was about to run out. It's like 20 seconds when he bought back.
Ah, okay. Thought it was a bit more longer than that. Well, Stampede used. Roshan is going to be back up fairly soon as well, so I suppose Malaysia could just wait for that. That's the big problem for MiTH is at this point they sort of need 5 to fight, but if you're going against 5, of course the bottom lane's always going to be pushing in, and that means Ohio can basically just rout the top racks by himself. So they really have to be careful for that. They can't really afford to try and contest that Roshan unless they're guaranteed that Ohio won't be able to get a racks in return, so they're in a hard situation right now, but they've still got maybe another minute or two. They haven't been given the Roshan timer yet.
What do you think about the standard build on Ember? I mean, selling the Desolator, getting something like a Scotty up, so he has a bit more survivability in the fights.
On Ember?
Yeah, on Ember.
Right
now he just dies, I mean, he just gets right-clicked down. And there's nothing he can do about it. Only like 9 armor, 2000 HP. Ohio just like, bro please, go home.
Yeah. Well, that's always the problem with Ember. I think what they're really just hoping for is that sort of huge ulti. Though MiPro, 4 stuff's coming out. Yeah, I mean the Skadi would be nice, but at the same time it doesn't add much damage. Well, I guess it does add a bit of damage since Battle Fury.
It does add of damage, and the other thing is that it's slowing people down as well. It slows down at XP too, so that's pretty huge actually.
Yeah. Oh, BKB was just popped by someone.
Yep,
hey, wait, XY?
The BKB.
Radiant's mid towers.
He's gonna throw up like else in the area, yeah.
But they got Ohio now.
Cheeky.
It's pretty huge. Another refresher orb is used by Magnus, trying to go in for the RP. He hasn't really found anyone yet, but KS is just sort of popping his BKB. It looks like they want to just disengage. The Kel's chasing after Ned. He does get the stun off, but unfortunately he's got nowhere to go. But meanwhile, of course, KYXY is just trying to rout this Rax. Can he do it by himself? The RP comes out. Oh, it's on 24 HP. Can he do it by himself? Though? That is the question. It gets denied, in fact. They want the chain for us. They will be cancelling his TP out. KYXY now stuck in a bad situation. Does he have buyback? They've got buyback on KYXY and Ohio.
It's going to be a long while before mid.
But Roshan is up. That's the big thing. Roshan is up.
In this case, alive, like Viper can solo the Roshan right now.
Yeah.
Well, KYX is gonna buy back. I think they wanna go for GG. They know that they've already taken 2 Rexes, Lakels. Does he have buyback?
Lakels does not. So cooldown for 4 minutes.
Yeah, so they wanna go GG. They're gearing up for the final fight.
Yeah.
Seems like it's going to be a fight at tier 2. Centaur has had enough of it. He's gonna take the tower down. They're moving for more, but where is Lakel? He's actually in the bottom lane. And now he's defending top. That's the power of the boost of tribal side. You can defend everything, you can farm everything, you can fight everything. That's why I like BO3's first on that guy. Like, it's just so good.
It's good if you're the one position and there's nobody you're taking far from. It's just if you're like got a Spectre on your team and you're meant to be ganky and you go for boots travel just to AFK farm, it's kind of crap. But anyway, MiPro going to be initiated on there with the Hex. Nope, he's going to just be popping the Stampede. KYX coming in from the backlines. His ulti is up, but it looks like he's just trying to bait it out possibly. No, he does throw it out. MiPro gets 4-staff onto a cliff. Nice 4-staff there. Could be possibly saving his life. SD on 1 hit. Looks like he will be able to make it away. And in fact, Ohio with the trolling trap is going to be trapping his own teammate. But they actually catch sight of MiPro. Trying to take him down there. He will get the stun off onto Ohio, but he blinks himself out, taking down Net. Unhappy little Net. At the same time, there will be buybacks from both Lich as well as from the Skywrath Mage. Ohio TPing too aggressively to try and take down the Kells, but he doesn't... What just happened? He just didn't see him somehow. He gets a silence off on the Kells. One more hit. The Kells could be going down. He just needs to get in range. MiPro is chasing after him. The RP is going up behind him, but Ohio is just desperately trying to chase down the Kells. The Kells does have the silence done, and now Ohio's in trouble. He's going to throw his ulti out. He's going to get stunned and taken down. He does have buyback though. Hooven is winning this fight. The 2 supports are coming back in from the sidelines. KYX are TPing out. KS, you're all alone. No, actually, KYX, I thought he TP'd out. I don't know what just happened, but either way, he's going to be just man-moding onto MiPro. Meanwhile, KS is just taking insane amounts of damage. He can't actually fight this. He's got buyback though. KYX are taking a fall. They've only got 2 buybacks.
I think this is a set of Rexes. Because KYX has gone for a long time. Lakel is here. There's a hard one on MiPro, so he's going to be regening up.
Someone has to go back and defend the base.
Yeah, KYX, sorry, Lakel can do it. Easy. He has beauty stuff, so it's not big of a problem.
Well, Viper's going to buy back. They want to defend this. The range Rex is being hit now by the Mega Creeps. The tier 3 has been taken down. Raxes are exposed. Magnus is going to buy back as well just to defend. Fortification coming out. Nature's Prophet buys back too. Only KYX, so he can't buy back. Ned goes in. I don't know what that was, but he's going to get immediately killed. But KS is now coming in. Woman Killer incredibly low. Get down. Oh, why? That's after a buyback. He's dead. MyPro now stuck in a terrible situation. Ohio just beating him down. Oh my god. He can't do anything. And it doesn't matter how much HP you have. That's a death of you. And it looks like the Mega Creeps are going to be coming out anyway. Lakel's is still alive, but look at the base. It's just ravaged. It's a ravaged base. But I think they're going to play it safe and go for Roshan first.
They wrecked it, like, they absolutely wrecked it. Nat blinked in, he hexed up Lakel's on the back end, and Ohio ported right beside him. And just right-clicked him down. He nearly died. He survived in, like, I think 200 HP at the most?
Yeah.
But he got out. Like, that was the price. They tried to get him last team fight as well. That's, like, cost him nearly everything, but...
Looks like they want to fight this, so RP is up as well as the refresher orb. This could be absolutely devastating. RP going to be landing only onto KS. The double RP is going to be coming out, landing onto both of them. Lakel's is coming in, doing what he can, but the swap managed to save Ohio. Oh my god, the huge crit though! The crit!
Everyone's dead! Only Net's alive. Take this Aegis, go high ground, end this game!
They can just go straight mid.
Oh, Net is looking to make a play. But, oh, he's gonna go in, he's dead. He's gonna get blown up.
It was a good effort.
But
pick it up,
it's still not over. What are they doing?
Oh, they denied it.
Gee, what?
Oh, but the throne's being hit. They have to back out. They can't actually end this because the throne is taking too much damage. He's got a spirit here though. Maybe he's gonna just try to go straight mid by himself, but there's no creeps in the base.
Why would they deny the Aegis?
I guess they were scared about the courier picking. I don't even know. That seemed like such BM. But I guess they're gonna go straight mid, and I think they've got it. They've got 60 seconds, 1 minute left on 2 carries. Supports and KYX. Why can they defend this? I honestly don't think so. Lakel's is just so much damage.
He has damage, but base is getting wrecked, and there's no one else besides him who can defend right now. That's the problem.
Yeah,
so
his spirit is.
If they're gonna go,
it's trouble though.
If they're gonna go full retard middle, they can't. It's just not going to work out.
Rude. It's not full. No, they can. They've still got 30 seconds if they can at least get a Rax. They can't.
No, I mean, as a joke, like full retard, it's like the no-tail saying.
Alright.
Like when going full retard, you can't go half retard and win the game.
Go with it.
So, like, you have to go.
They've got 20 seconds. All they're going to be able to do is get 1 lane of Rax. It's not enough. Lakel's is coming in there. They want to try. They want to try and end this.
Yeah, they have to end this.
KYXY is going to get the Mega Creeps though. Is it going to be enough? KYXY, just go for the throne. Get the throne, KYXY. KYXY is going in for the throne. Who has the more DPS? It's a throne. It's a base race. KYXY, the fortification is not up, and Net is coming in, trying to do what he can to delay it. Ohio's back up. They're trying to do this. Can they get it off? Stampede is going off, saving them. But no, KYXY rats the throne. Oh, what a cool game.
Magnus got his nerves broken. He messed up so badly there. He went in and he forced step, or I don't know what he did, but he went towards the Rexus. And KYXY was like, yeah, thank you bro. He just split, threw him in the air, right click the Rexus down.
Oh my, well, GG well played to both teams. This is a best of 5 though, it's the grand final, so this is game 1 of a best of 5. So we've got many more games coming up, but either way, GG well played to both teams. Thank you of course to Gigabyte for sponsoring this tournament, as well as AMD and Dota Talk for very kindly allowing Sephiroth and I to cast this. Fun game.
That was really exciting. Like, I mean, it was just the first game and it was so close. It was so close. Yeah, let's go to game 2. Like, this was exhausting. 1 hour long game, like game 1 and 1 hour.